So our entire unit has been on cells. And we've talked about cells and the different types of cells, things like bacteria that are very, very simple, that do not have organelles but still have DNA, and they still have a cell membrane and cytoplasm. We've talked about complex cells like animals and plants with all the different organelles inside. And one of the questions that I frequently get during the unit on cells is, why don't we talk about viruses? Well, quick little thing about viruses, they are not cells. That's why we don't actually study them when we're studying our unit on cells, just because viruses are not even alive. They don't fulfill all the criteria that scientists have set forth as being what you need to be considered living. So they are not a cell. What they have in common, and the only thing that they actually have in common with living things, is genetic material. All right, so they have some genetic material in the inside. But if you notice, cells have a cell membrane. This is not a cell membrane, it's just a protein coat. So it really is very different from a cell. All right? Now, to understand the size difference between cells and viruses, this is a human red blood cell. It's one of the smallest cells in the human body. So it's tiny, tiny. Okay? One of our smallest cells. And this is a bacteria cell, a big bacteria cell, compared to a human red blood cell. So take this bacteria and make it look a lot bigger. And now these are viruses. Look at this little tiny one right here. That's a virus compared to an E. coli, which is a big bacteria. All right. So drop this on down. And now this part right here, see all this part right here? This is that bacteria. Remember that one compared to our cell, compared to a virus, and now it looks this big. And look how tiny some of these viruses are. All right? These are viruses. Viruses are unimaginably tiny compared to even the simplest cells, which would be bacteria. So very, very tiny, very simple, no organelles, no cell membrane, nothing but a little bit of genetic material in common. All right.